Hi, this is Stacy Kennedy with 100KRealestate.com, and we're right in the middle of a webinar series right now called the Kickstart Apartment Investing Class, and one of my students sent me a great question today, so I wanted to read it to you and answer that question, not only for my student but for you as well in case you come across the same question. So the question is, I'm trying to do our homework, yay! And one of the info from the properties I ran across said, the blurb had said that the seller will carry 65% as a first trust deed due in 10 years. What does this mean? Okay, so a couple different things here. First of all, when a seller says that they will carry 65% of seller financing, what that means is rather than you going to the bank to get a loan for the property, the seller is willing to be the bank and carry the loan for you. Now, the fact that they're offering 65% means that there's 35% that has to be made up. Well, typically this would be made up in the form of a down payment. But don't worry, if you're not in a position to put that down payment, what we do when we are new at investing, or if we don't have the capital we need to get into a deal, is we go find a partner who's interested in doing this kind of deal with us, and we basically partner up. They put up the money, you do the deal, and then you split the profits. And it can be done in any number of ways, but that's essentially where the down payment comes from. Now, when they say they're going to carry a first trust deed, just like a bank would put a mortgage or a lien on the property, the seller is going to do the same thing, which means if you default for some reason, the seller is the bank. They can foreclose, and the reason they do that is that's to protect their interest. So the reason you're probably not seeing them carrying 90% financing or some higher amount is because they know if you, as the buyer, come in with a larger down payment, you are less likely to default and they're less likely to have to take the property back because it sounds like they truly want to sell it and they want you to be successful. So they're going to carry a smaller note so there's less risk to them of having to take the property back. And another thing that why sellers do this and why you're going to do this eventually, this is a great way to sell property when you're flipping it, is it creates an income stream for them. So I don't know whether this seller has a note on the property already that they're going to be paying and then you're paying them, or if they own it free and clear and they're just going to receive a cash flow. But either way, there's usually a spread between the loan that they have and the loan they're giving you, or if they own it free and clear, they're going to get a nice monthly cash flow without having to be responsible for the property anymore. And then the last point was when they said it's due in 10 years, my student asked, well, what does that mean it's due in 10 years? So in the world of commercial real estate, normally when you go to a commercial bank, it's not unusual at all to have a loan that is either 25 or 30 years amortized. So what that means is when they're calculating what your monthly payment is going to be, they're calculating it as if you're going to be paying it off in, let's say, 25 years. Okay, but what they're really saying is we're going to make the payments that's due in over 25 years, but the note is due in 10 years. Well, what happens then? So you make the payment for 10 years and then the note is due, which means at that point you either are going to sell the property or you're going to, most likely, if you're holding it, refinance the property. So when you refinance the property, that means you get a new loan on the property, it pays the seller off, and then you have a new loan that you're paying on. So that's where the 10 years comes in, and that's actually very common in commercial real estate to see 5, 7, and 10-year balloon payments. So the amortization period might be longer, but the main point of that is to keep the monthly payments low enough so that you can still cash flow it. But commercial loans don't tend to be long, 20, 25, 30 years like single-family homes, which is very common for them. So anyway, I would like to congratulate my students for getting out there and taking action and doing their homework. I mean, that is the whole point of the 4-week Kickstart class, is to just get out there and don't worry about knowing every answer. You don't have to know every answer. When you have me as your coach and you can contact me or email me these kinds of questions, you have no problem. You can keep moving forward. So keep going, guys. You guys are doing an awesome job. And for the rest of you guys, hey, there's no better time to just get started. Okay, we're in the 4th quarter of the year. This is the time to be getting out there and talking to sellers. So a lot of people want to get stuff done before the end of the year. So anyway, thank you for being here tonight, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Bye.